for the road all my life, thirsty for adventure all my youth.
We are taking Gray up to Tennessee Equine. It's a little early, haven't had all my coffee yet, to see about getting 2 of his teeth pulled and just kind of get a better oral exam.
Alrighty. So.
Got him loaded up bright and early.
Bright and early. It says it's 6:32 this morning. So we're off and running. Alright, see y'all later.
A little taste of home, home, home. Just a little taste of home.
Hi, my name is Amber. I take care of the dogs, and I'm gonna walk you through my basic day. Okay, in here we have Harley, Lee, and May. I'm about to move them around a little. 1 scoop of food in the morning and 1 in the evening. I like to take them out, clean it out really good, spray it with rescue. That way it's, sanitized, and I don't like them being in, the same one because they get kind of messy. This is Lee. She's so adorable. This is rescue. It cuts down a lot of the possibilities of parvo and other illnesses. It also sanitizes and cleans very well. So it's overall safer for the puppies. You let it sit for 90 seconds. I usually go through this process 2 to 3 times just to be safe. Gotcha. This is Harley. Harley is the sister to Lee and May. Yeah, there you go. You're ready, huh?
Okay. Oh. This is May. She is the final of the 3 puppies and the largest. You are a big puppy. Yes, she's a very big girl.
There you go, baby. So cute with this cone. All right, come on, back up. Back up, sweetheart. Come on, baby. Yeah. Can't wait with your cone. Hey. Do you want the rest of it? This is Smalls. He is 7, I do believe. He has a cone on because he got neutered. He's not happy about the cone of shame. Okay, listen, sir.
He's a super sweet puppy too. Say hi. Yeah, say hi.
Hi, Ruby.
Miss Ruby. Back up, baby. Come on. Come on. Hi. Hi. Come on, let's let Haley in. Come here, baby. Come here, Miss Ruby. Ruby, Ruby. This is Ruby. She's a favorite of mine. I know that's bad, but because I love them all. She is a Beagle mix. She's about 1 year old. And the sweetest dog you'll ever meet, yes. Every time, if she sees a lap, she has to be in it. You're so sweet. You're so cute. Look at her. What? Okay. She's a great dog. That is my usual morning routine. So I will do this again probably 3 to 4 more times. The puppies usually get more care, because it's required. Other than that, I come in periodically spoil them. Like this one. Yeah, like you. Oh. Thank you. Yeah.
Dawson was gelded last Tuesday, and then over the weekend I noticed that his surgery site had gotten severely swollen. So Saturday, Dr. Gina recommended that I give him 2 grams of bute for Saturday and then give him some more on Sunday, see if it helps. It helps slightly. He is still pretty swollen. It's not as bad as it was yesterday. So we brought him up here so that we can do some cold hosing and then whatever else Dr. Gina has planned to get done with him to make sure that he's comfortable. Assistant. Oh, there's a sick old neck you got there, boy. Mm-hmm. Can you let me have your vein, please? Thank you. Green and purple. Good job. Blood. And the blood. The blood. Blood, blood, blood. Blood. I do not say blood, blood, blood. Don't fall over on me. You did not want to go down for your castration with your drugs, so I was thinking you were going to be a heavyweight, but you are not. Did he get equispotted?
Not yet. It's over there.
A lot of gut sounds. We have pitting edema back again. We can see how he does with his cold hosing. I'll go run his blood work and see. He doesn't have a fever today, but I'll see if he has any other signs that would indicate infection versus inflammation, but that's pretty inflamed. Yeah. I haven't seen one that bad since we had that group of donkeys over the summer. Yeah, ideally he would have been lunged, cold hosed, and all that good stuff, but being a quarantine horse is a little hard to do. But if he's kicky, like it's dangerous, then it's not worth it. And we'll just try.
Cute with a mohawk.
He would look good with a mohawk. Stop trying to give everything a mohawk. He's kind of a punk, you know, in a fun way. Luscious mane.
It's not really luscious.
If you took the time to detangle it, it would be luscious. Needs some show sheen.
There's a patch of lusciousness missing.
On intake, he had some blood discrepancies that weren't super great, so we castrated him a little later than we would have liked to, based on that. And then when we ran his blood work last Tuesday after he was castrated, his blood was a little improved, but it wasn't completely normal. And his neutrophils had gone to the high end of normal. So that could be infection or inflammation. You have to read the other values and see what it looks like, what he looks like clinically. So I was just going to recheck blood work this morning since he's obviously got a lot of swelling. So trying to decide if he needs antibiotics or not, because we try to be good stewards of antibiotics because we're getting a lot of antibiotic resistance now. So we don't want to create super bugs that could be really harmful to people or animals. So try to be mindful of what I'm using in selection and if it's really needed or not. So I'm going to try to be gentle. Good boy. Don't you wish you were a woman right now? This looks clean.
Let me see, Booty. Right now, since we are finished with Dawson's cold hosing, he's going to hang out up in quarantine in the shade and just kind of wear off some of his anesthesia before we put him out in the pasture. It's just easier because it helps him regulate his body temperature so he doesn't break out into a crazy sweat out in the pasture. And he's kind of a little sleepy, so we don't want him eating anything and choking. So he's just going to hang out here for a couple of hours, and I'll come back up and let him out when he shows signs that he's a little more awake.
These are so many kitty cats. So did these come together, these two moms?
Yeah.
Oh, geez. Hey guys, I'm Megan. I'm with High Forest. I'm here picking up, I think, 14 cats. 14 cats. 14 cats.
Yes.
Okay.
Except for Kittler. Just put him over to taking him anyways.
Oh, he only lived there.
Oh, okay. Just take him. Oh, take him.
Okay. Taking them. You said it. You said it. Oh my gosh, they're so cute. Is there just kittens everywhere? Is there those two?
There's two in the back.
Oh, they look so cute hiding.
They are cute.
Oh, yeah, they're so cute. Look at the bobtail mommy. Look at his oh, he's got a half mustache. Little baby kitten. Gosh, all these kittens are crazy. Moms with babies first, and then we'll do these. Look at that one behind you. Look behind you, by the way.
Tom. Meow.
Excuse me, can we not? Okay, so she's only got 3, and you've got 4.
Hi, Mama. All right, so this is one of the moms. This is Antoinette. Come here, monkey. Let me fix your arm. All right, this is miso, like miso soup. Kiwi. This is kiwi. Also, Truffle, the little black one over here who's drinking water, she gets a little bit of that in her eye. She had a little bit like she got a scratch or something. So we cleaned it today and she just got her first drops today. This is my monkey. I see you in 3 weeks. This is Kittler. He's gonna go home with Haley in a couple weeks. This is Truffle.
Truffle has my heart.
She's very, very boisterous. She will tell you what she thinks.
But hang on, we're going for a ride.
Next group. All right. This is Anastasia. There you go. All right. So this is Rip and this is Baloo. This little ray of sunshine is Pandora. And she's quite attitudey, but that's okay.
Here, you're a lot taller than me. Like, a lot taller. How tall are you, 6 foot?
Yeah. On a good day.
On a good day. Oh no. Is this a girl?
Mm-hmm.
Are they all girls?
Yep.
Like,
All 3 of them.
Okay, kitty. No, shh. Be quiet. Shh.
You're all right.
Shh. Shh. These ponies gonna scare you. Just hold up.
Just don't look at it. I'll face you away. Don't look at it.
Don't look at.
Don't look at it.
Oh, poor kitties. Oh, are they all good together?
Yep, they should be.
Okay. Get in there, kitty.
Jasper and Tom.
What she said?
No hissing. Oh my goodness. Come here.
Hold on, little kitties. No. Shh.
This is Harper and Chester. They are black tabby kittens, and they're very scared.
There we go. This one, I can't. Please let me out of here.
I know. Yeah.
We'll definitely wait for these to get of age to be fixed and even microchipped. Since they're so small, it's hard to microchip them. Yeah. So the 3 fixed ones will go to pet stores, see if they get adopted. We're actually, both of our pet stores are completely out of cats. All of them got adopted. So we'll drop those off tomorrow, and then we'll keep these sets right here at my house until they're all ready to go. They have a whole shed to themselves, so they're just gonna have a kitty party, I guess. But yeah, that's the plan.
Awesome. And kitty ASMR. Yep. Anything else to say?
I'm Chris Rhodes, the new Director of Development here at Horse Plus, and I'm here in a meeting with Sydney, Tawnee, and Jason, and we are here talking about our final plans to go to the Navajo Nation. We leave super early on Sunday morning, and so I'm gonna take you along for the ride. Okay, so it is 2:50 a.m., very early, very, very early, and we are headed to the airport. There I'm gonna meet up with the rest of the team, Tawnee and Jason, Sydney.
Hey y'all, here we are at Nashville B&A Airport, fixing to drop Sydney off. Horse Plus Humane Society, going on another trip. Headed out to Arizona. Y'all stay tuned, it's gonna be awesome. Can't wait to see the video.
We have arrived at the airport. We're waiting to meet up with the rest of our folks, but yeah, this is gonna be an exciting day. There's Sydney. Yay! How long you been here?
Since 3:10.
3:10. Okay.
I'm ready.
You're ready.
As often as I travel, you would think I'd get my act together and not have like watches and belts and everything that I have to take off, send through the scanner and then put back on. But no, I'm a glutton for punishment, so it always takes me a little longer. And then I was beeped. Apparently I've been working at the gym and my muscles are like iron now, and so they set off a metal detector.
Sure.
Hey Chris, how you doing, man?
What's up, man? You made it. You made it through.
Finally. It's always risky, so.
It is. You never know what's gonna happen.
Ready to get to Albuquerque?
Oh, I'm ready, man.
Good deal.
All right, the team is here at B&A Nashville Airport. We're heading to Albuquerque. We're on a couple different flights just because of when they were booked, but we're going to be in Albuquerque in about 4 to 5 hours. So stay tuned. We'll see you there.
So we get 4 or 5 more hours of sleep.
Yeah, we'll sleep on the flight for sure. We made it to Albuquerque, and here comes the team getting off their flights.
It's going to be so awesome. We're out in Albuquerque, and we're ready to go get it done.
Getting ready to get it done. Where are we going now, Tawny?
Walmart.
Walmart.
What are we going to get at Walmart?
Sleeping bags.
Sleeping bags. I'm just sleep.
And probably thicker like jackets and like thermal everythings because walking from the plane to the walkway, it's like freezing cold, and there's snow everywhere out there. So.
Oh man.
So we typically on trips like this, we'll go to Walmart, we'll buy like a sleeping bag and whatnot because the airlines charge a lot of money moving luggage. So we'll buy it and then we'll donate it at the end of our trip. So. Jason's walking backwards. He hasn't ran into anyone yet. So we're good.
Thanks, Jason.
We're at Walmart.
What are we doing?
We're getting stuff for the trip, and we're about to meet up with someone who is famous, and we're just kind of waiting. All right, so we're super excited. We are headed off to the Navajo reservation, and we got an awesome person here coming with us.
Your driver, lady.
Be safe. We'll see some horses that were feral a couple days ago. So
this is a Hogan. And Haley, tell us about what a Hogan is.
A Hogan is technically kind of like the Navajo house. We have 4 directions. As you can see, the walls are painted. But this is kind of like a ceremonial place for Navajo families and everything. So it signifies a lot of importance, and you guys will get to learn a lot more about it later tonight when we are all in here.
We're about to have a ceremony where we hear about the horse and blessings of the horse. It's about 7:35 a.m. We just woke up. We're at Haley's parents' house here in Window Rock. And
right over here.
And Haley is over here. She's doing a little bit of filming of her own right over here.
So we are going to be going to meet up with the tourism department with Don Olivieri, and we're going to be touring the Navajo Nation and figuring out different horse programs that we could do here to help more horses and provide more jobs locally.
We are following Bobby, the head of tourism here on the res. He's going to take us to the rodeo ground.
So it might be a little confusing of everything that's happening because we met up with Glinda. Historically, we've always helped helped her and gone to her events. But she's doing her own event. Haley's part of she's one of our employees. She's helping with that event, and she's done it ever since she was a kid. We're looking how to develop the Wild Horse Res Challenge. So Glenda is Animal Rescue and Equine Service Event, and then we're doing the Wild Horse Res Challenge and developing a program that's never been done before, that is natives working with their wild horses and having a challenge of how they can gentle and train them, and then we'll find homes for those horses.
You guys get a chance, come back. It's amazing.
Gosh, how many days is that event?
3 days.
Like a 3-day event? Okay.
It's the Wild Horse Res Challenge, right on strong. Lend your hands, right the wrong. From the open land to a gentle hand, we stand for the herd, we take a stand.
But yeah, there's holding pens in the back there.
I'm sure. Where they could be unloaded, and then we could match them up with the horse gentlers and trainers, and then send them out from here.
Correct.
We're just walking up to the Navajo Nation Department of Agriculture, and we're here to meet Jesse, who's the head of this department, and hopefully going to learn a lot more about the wild horses of the Navajo Nation and just how many there are and what is currently happening with them.
And check this out, on the Navajo Nation Department of Agriculture, one of their services is equine rescue.
Because they want to help horses.
So they're in their meeting right now, just talking about the problems of how many wild horses there are and the lack of control they have and the negative impact on the land here. And that's why we're here. We're trying to figure out what we can do about that, because right now these horses are being rounded up and sold, $25-ish a head. And there's a lot that can be done. Dawn Oliveri has some awesome ideas. Horse Plus has some awesome ideas, but we're trying to figure out how can we work together to create solutions that can help the horses, the Navajo Nation, and everybody. And so this is exciting stuff. So we just got out of that meeting with the Department of Agriculture, Tawny. What was that about?
Fantastic. I think it's really amazing. Like, their emphasis is they want these horses to go to good places. The problem is just so huge. But right now, I picked this up inside their office. So the Equine Horse Service Event, that's with Animal Rescue. And like Horse Plus's logo's on here.
There it is.
Because we're funding the castrations, and
super cool.
Horse populations are a huge problem out here. So we've been funding the castrations for quite a while, and it's just always so great that Horse Plus, you see what we do in Tennessee, but there's so much we do.
Some beautiful wild horses just on the side of the road. It's just gorgeous. Uh-oh. Oh, man. Uh-oh, looks like trouble.
Oh, yeah.
What's it like seeing wild horses?
Oh my goodness, it is so cool. You always see it in the movies, but like we just seen it in person. And I seen a red roan, so of course I was like, oh my gosh. And it's so pretty.
All right, so right now the group is walking to a Jeep. I'm gonna show you right behind me. We're about to get in this thing and we are headed into Canyon de Chelly to have a tour of the beauty of the canyon. We'll take you along and show you all the sights. Are you excited, Sydney?
I'm so excited because we've been looking forward to going into the canyons. So they said it might get a little chilly.
And we're out here. We're rolling.
Yeah.
How was it, Tawny?
It was amazing. What do you think, Sydney?
I rated it a 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10, I agree. Baby head, come back, baby. Trying to get this baby. Here he is. Like staring baby.
I feel I'm very high up right now. I'm like kind of grabbing onto the rocks. But it's just amazing. It don't even look real. It looks like a I feel like if I took a picture with it, people would think it's one of those green screens.
Yeah. Sydney, what are we doing?
We are putting our tent up.
Putting the tent up. All right.
That's an entrance.
That's what we're doing.
Yes. Okay.
We just got done with dinner, had an awesome dinner, Navajo tacos, which is a traditional meal that they eat here with fry bread and beans and meat and lettuce and cheese. It was great. It was phenomenal. And now we are at a campsite here. We're just setting up tent for the night where we're going to sleep, and stay tuned for tomorrow. It's going to be great.
All right, so we've set up our tent. We did a good job, and this is Tawnee and Jason's plan for the night.
We do it very economically. We just get a tarp.
It's nothing to do with economics. We want to see the stars.
We just sleep on a tarp. Like when we travel, like this is kind of how we did it. At one point, we slept in horse trailers, like where the horses. We delivered a horse to its home, and then we brought the horse. The horse trailers come back empty with us, and it was like 30
degrees.
30 degrees. Anyway.
Wow.
It was really cold. And we parked right next to the road and slept in the horse trailer. But every time a semi went past, whoosh, cold air everywhere.
Goodness.
So a tarp on the ground is better.
I think they got the cold weather sleeping bags.
Zipping them together.
Sure.
And this is their setup, their mattress.
When you actually like each other, you get 2 sleeping bags and you zip them together so you have one big sleeping bag.
That is cute.
Yeah, and then you really stay nice and warm.
There you go.
And you found the steaks.
All right. Dawn, how do you feel about our tent tonight?
Well, I think we're doing great. We have a beautiful location to sleep outdoors, and I think that we're doing it. We found the steaks that we coincidentally just popped a tent on top of, and we thought we didn't have them, so they were just gonna fall down on us in the middle of the night.
Where are they? Is the cover like halfway?
Well, we vetoed the complete cover because we thought we wanted the hot breath to create heat within the tent.
That's really going to work.
And we voted against the hot breath heating mechanism. So we're going with open star concept.
We set it up fairly quick too.
Starry night concept. Yeah.
There's an idea that if you sit in the car without anything on, that it doesn't get warmer with your breath. But I guess people haven't done that in this
hot
group.
breath technique.
So it's all right. It's good. It's body heat, 98.6 times 6, and then hot breath doesn't make it warmer, evidently. But that's all right. It's all good.
Why is
Nobody wants to be in a tent full of his hot breath. Like, that's why we need some airflow.
We need some stars and some air.
So we're out here making s'mores.
Oh, it's gonna melt.
I brought my s'mores. And a Pop-Tart.
Oh, it's really black.
All right, do it. Bite it, do it.
my sleeve.
Wow.
The real deal?
It tastes like the real deal.
Oh, let's go. All right, break them out.
I'm so excited. Do you want the heat of the recipe or something?
Let's go. This is gonna be good. All right, what's up, Horse Plus family? We're on day 3 on the res. We just woke up. We're getting breakfast. Behind us is our tent. This is our campsite. We have a lot in store today. What are we doing today?
Well, some people stayed in the tent. Jason and I slept under the stars. We tried to get Chris to do it, but he wasn't game.
I chickened out. I opted for the tent.
But you know what? He's hyper. He's alert. He's awake today. That's
let's go. Let's go. I'm ready.
So today we're going to be riding horses into the canyon.
With the wild horses.
With the wild horses. What do you think about that?
I'm excited. That's what I've been looking forward to, is getting to ride.
Getting to ride.
Yeah.
In one of the most beautiful places on earth.
But this trip, we're trying to learn and really embrace and understand the problem with the wild horses.
They're not a problem.
They're not a problem, but what's happening to them is the problem.
Yes.
And for us to understand what's happening, we need to really, and we're so grateful for Bobby with the tourism department, really taking us around, explaining everything.
We're about to saddle up and take off.
What do you think, Sydney?
I think we're about to ride.
Look at everybody. We're starting the tour. Going into the canyon. I'll try to flip it around. You can see where we're headed.
Riding through the canyon wide, sun above and time just slides. Eyes on the ridges, heart on the breeze, searching for horses, running free just
he's plodding along.
The land and the ride.
How was it, Chris?
We did it. It was amazing. Unbelievable. Go again.
We have spent the last 2 days in something that nobody really gets to experience. It is beyond amazing. We're trying to develop programs here for the horses and for these amazing horse gentlers that we're flying out to Horse Plus, and it's been such an honor for the head of tourism for the Navajo Nation to take us around and do all these activities for us. And you know, like we went on a big Jeep tour, and like it was all complimentary with Dawn and us to come and learn as much as we can. And it's something that is a once in a lifetime opportunity for something like this, and it's just such an honor to be part of this journey. And you get to follow along with what Horse Plus is doing outside of our organization, our facility there in Tennessee, of the work we're doing beyond Tennessee. And it is so incredible. It's really just mind-boggling, the opportunities that could drastically change for horses. And when the SAFE Act passes, there's got to be programs to help all these horses so they're not just going to slaughter. And that's what's happening to thousands of reservation horses, is they're not technically going to slaughter, they're going to auctions and then to slaughter. And most horses that are taken from the reservation are taken to Texas, and then just one more ride into Mexico. And Don Olivieri is rescuing these horses. Horse Plus is rescuing them. There's other organizations rescuing them. And it's like, we need to get to cut out the kill bars, the auctions, and really understand what's happening and how can we help as a group together. So that's the mission we're on. So you just got to see 2 amazing days that we were on with the head of tourism, and there was lots of there were some ceremonies and storytelling and the history of the Navajo people with their horses. And we've learned so much. It's been such a blessing. So we might be in the Navajo Nation right now, but back in Tennessee, they're rescuing horses, caring for animals. Our veterinarian team's very busy, so your support is so appreciated, and we couldn't do it without you. So thank you.
All right, Haley. So I heard there was a pretty decent amount of stuff that happened on the Arizona trip.
Yeah, so
specifically with you getting sick as well.
So I went to the first site, which was in Fort Defiance, and then we traveled that night to our second site in Aneth. I recognized that night I was just kind of feeling a little bit under the weather, but I was just like, it'll pass. Maybe it's just allergies or something, because I haven't been around that area in a few months. So I went to our second day 2 site, which is in Aneth, and about halfway through the site, I had this major headache, and I was just like, okay, something's not right. Maybe I'm just dehydrated. So I sat down, had liquid IV, all that. And then I realized I had kind of like a cold sore going on in my mouth. So I was just like, okay, that's normal. So, and then about an hour after all that, I just noticed my headache wasn't going away, and I was starting to feel kind of like stomach pains and all that. So I went and told our supervisor and everything that was there, and I was just like, hey, I'm gonna go get checked out at the ER really quick. And we were kind of rural, so out there it was about an hour and a half drive to the nearest ER. So I packed up my stuff, I started heading towards the ER, and as I was getting there, I noticed my vision was getting spotty and kept cutting like in and out. So I was just like, okay. So I finally made it to one of the near ERs, which is about 30 minutes away from the site. Got there, and when I got there, they recognized that I had a fever of 103. So they instantly took me back, hooked me up to an IV, started running fluids, they drew blood, and from the blood work they showed that I had a mouth infection from a contaminated water source, and then I also on top of that had food poisoning. So the headaches and all that were from the infection that I guess was running through my bloodstream, and all the stomach stuff just tacked on with food poisoning. So I sent a message out here back to everyone here at Horse Plus, just like, hey, gave them kind of what the doctors told me. So the next few days I kind of just took it easy. Just gradually my mouth got more and more swollen. It was horrible, but I came back out here
I think about the Sunday after the event. So, but luckily everything cleared up. So I'm just glad to be back. But while I was back, I got a call from my aunt, and she just kind of gave me like the quick rundown of everything that happened. And I'll get some more information later. But from what she said at our second to the last clinic, which was in the Upper Fruitland area of New Mexico, one of the vets was kicked in the arm, and he ended up breaking 2 of the bones in his arm. Another vet who was recently recovering from kind of a bicycle incident that he had major head trauma was kicked in the head again by a horse. So granted, thankfully everyone's okay. They finished the event smoothly, but this event definitely was one to remember. So, but we'll definitely keep you guys updated on the progress with all those guys, and we will get you guys some more information, because I do believe some other people did end up getting sick on this trip too. But so Arizona definitely knows how to take you out, but we'll be back again.
Gray's all loaded up. He got x-rays, and we found out what's wrong with his mouth and stuff like that. Did have 1 tooth removed. And now we're loaded up and ready to head back, because we only can afford a certain amount of procedures today. So we'll see how it goes from here on out.
So we took Gray up this morning to Tennessee Equine to have a dental exam. During his annual exam here, we had found that he had a loose tooth and a fractured tooth that the root had stayed in. So we wanted to go get a better look at some other concerns we had about his teeth, and then see about possibly getting those 2 removed. He was examined. He had some x-rays, these little camera to check all his teeth. And they did find a couple, basically cavities, and then he had diastema in a few, which is the gap between the teeth where food was getting packed in there. Once that food was flushed out, you could see where the gums were really irritated, and a couple spots were actually bleeding from the irritation. And then the x-rays, with how mobile some of his other teeth were and some gum recession on his incisors, they were pretty confident that he does have equine odontoplastic tooth resorption and hypercementosis. It's a mouthful. Doesn't have a great acronym. So unfortunately, that is not a super great diagnosis. For us, at least, the ideal treatment would be you remove all of the incisors in canines, and then because of those gaps, we'd have to open those up wider so food doesn't get packed in there. Kind of keep an eye on them, keep them flushed out if they needed to be. And with some of the mobility and some of his molars and stuff on top of those gaps, he probably still would have a little bit of pain. So we'd probably want him on pain meds, and he'd need to be on like a soupy mash pretty much for the rest of his life. So they did pull the 1 really loose tooth, yank that right out of there. It was so loose, and so hopefully that will make him more comfortable for the time being. But unfortunately, it wasn't great news for us because he is in quite a bit of pain, it seems like, from chewing, not only because of those front teeth, he can't really like rip grass or anything right now, but also now finding out that those back teeth are causing pain. So even with giving him that mash, him trying to chew anything is giving him some discomfort right now. With how painful it sounded like some of those teeth could be, especially when he was wiggling his 2 upper molars that were loose. Even with sedation, he was reacting. So you could tell that those were probably pretty painful. So anything he's trying to chew back there is probably causing quite a bit of discomfort, which would make sense with why we've seen the weight loss and stuff in him recently, just not eating enough.
Well, I'm back again. I'm here adopting a pony, and this is Gunpowder. What drew me to him was color and spiciness, I guess. I like the spiciness. Gives me a challenge. But yeah, I've always wanted a pony and have a baby and another one coming, so this will kind of be my children's horse, actually.
And then are you also adopting other?
Yes, yep, I'm getting 3 goats. I don't know their names, honestly, but what drew me to them was just how big they are, and I'm just so excited to throw them in there with my others. He's so cute. Me too. He does get on his hind, don't he? I know, he said. Come on. Come on. There we go. Yep. He's got a big voice for a little pony. Look at that. He's going. Here, I got you. Come on, Haley, what are you doing? You're a good horse wrangler. What about these goats? All right, Keith, get in here. We'll rub some mud on you. Yeah! I feel like Haley's always doing my dirty work. I'm always having Haley do my dirty work. Huh? You little crazies. I think that lasso is going to help us a lot more than... Oh, okay, yeah. I don't think... You guys are just here to make fun of us. He said, Mom. Thanks. I kind of do this at my house too, but they don't got nice, luscious horns like these. I feel like he would.
He would. He would. That's how he used to be.
Come get Mom. Come here. You got him? How much does he weigh? That's my question. Holy moly. That was fun.
Now you got 3 goats.
I got 3 goats. I got more at home, but now I got 3 more.
You got mowers though.
Yeah. Yeah.
I could probably do that. I'll probably grab 2. Or no, I could probably grab 1 all. Mama looks really good for her age.
Oh yeah.
Looks really good.
All 3 of them have slimmed down because of the weather change, but
yeah,
they get hay and treats.
Her husband's out of town, and she has no way of hauling her trailer, so she's making a donation, and I'm hauling everything over there for her. We usually don't do this kind of work, but we work with her a lot, so we're doing it this time. So, but if her husband was here, he'd be doing it. But, oh my, big truck coming.
At least you're not in the road.
I'm not in the road, so that's it. See you later.
We know that people who watch the show are very well acquainted with Gray. Gray is one of our longest term Horse Plus residents. He came all the way from California when this organization moved here 10-ish years ago. And he's been wonderful. And if you've been watching some of the other updates, we've given a couple. But we noted that Gray started losing weight about 6 months ago, and his blood work was normal, and our just quick dental exams were normal. And we pulled him in for a more comprehensive workup 2 weeks ago, 2 or 3 weeks ago, and noticed that he had fractured one of his lower incisors. And we took dental radiographs and looked even closer, and we found more mobility in more teeth. And so Dr. Gina and I are GPs. We are regular general practice veterinarians. And in Gray's case, Dr. Gina, who's amazing at reading things, had pointed out a bunch of different concerning findings, like spacing between his teeth that shouldn't be there and some changes in his tooth roots. And so we looked at him and we went, we could pull his tooth that's broken, but we really want him to see a dental specialist. And I think this is a great opportunity to point out that there are times, even if you have access to a regular general practice vet that you know and trust, there are very appropriate times where seeing a specialist is helpful. So in Gray's case, we went, we really want a definitive answer, and we thought that he might need dental surgery, and so we made an appointment. Tennessee Equine Hospital is just about an hour from here. They're wonderful, and they actually help give us advice on a lot of cases for free. We send them images and stuff. And so yesterday, Keith and Nicole and Gray went up to Tennessee Equine for that specialty visit, and I'm gonna try not to cry. They confirmed what we had suspected, which was that Gray has disease affecting not just some of his teeth, but kind of all of his teeth. And their recommendation was extraction of at least 10 to 12, but maybe more of his teeth, with a lot of intensive aftercare. The condition that he has, there are horses that do really well with extraction of these teeth, but in Gray's case, they want to remove all of his incisors up here, so he won't be able to graze at all after that. And he would have to be fed mashes, but in addition, they recommended extraction of other teeth that were affected. And I think on the radiograph that Dr. Gina and I looked at, and I didn't actually speak directly with the specialist, I think we saw at least 4 molars.
Yeah, 2 tops, 2 bottoms.
4 to 6 other molars that were affected. So if you guys watch our show, you hear us talk a lot about occlusal surface. Gray is in his 20s, and we want him to have excellent quality of life. And so we are not sure that it's fair to Gray to put him to that surgery. And again, I want to be really clear. This is a surgery that sometimes is a great fit for horses. Sometimes it is appropriate to pull that many teeth, and some horses do very well with it. Gray is not a great candidate for that. And it's not just because of his age, it's because of the severity and the number of teeth that are affected. He would have to undergo a lot of surgery and a lot of recovery, but then also I would be really worried for him long term that he would end up losing more of those teeth. And then once they have no grinding surface, then we really have limited time left. So I got through it without crying. This is a really tough job, and our resident animals aren't just, they're not just placeholders. They're our family. They're the steady companions that encourage us. So we're really sad for Gray, but we're really thankful that he had, I think like 15 years with Horse Plus. They've had him for a really long time. So he's a good boy. Clearly he is not that bothered. He's also on great pain meds. So we put him right on pain medication as soon as we saw those abnormalities. So we're thankful that he's comfortable for right now. And I think we've mentioned an email before, but if you guys have questions or concerns, we're always happy to try to answer them. But our job is to advocate for good quality of life, not necessarily the most possible days an animal could be with us, but we want them to be comfortable and happy days as much as possible. So we're advocating for that for Gray. You're a good boy.
Easy come and easy go. You're an unfading star. gentle love, the kind that lifts you up.
So today's a sad day, and I try to never let horses know that, but Gray's got a lot of issues going on, and our vet team has explained it in great detail, and we've gotten a third opinion from another veterinarian, and over the last few months Gray just hasn't been himself, and he's declining. But I know our medical team has explained all that. I just wanted to go over the history of Gray with us. So it was about 2011-ish, somewhere in there. There was a seizure case, and Gray was completely emaciated. Animal control came in. He's like, we've been spoiling with cookies. He's like, where's my cookies? Animal control had to seize him because he was in such horrible condition. And later, that person went to jail and everything, and then later he ended up violating his probation, trying to get one of his horses back. And he came to Horse Plus, and I filmed him there trying to break his He didn't want Gray, but he wanted another couple other horses that were seized, and he was trying to purchase them, and I filmed it. And when it got to the district attorney's office, obviously they were going to prosecute him for that, and he went back to jail, and he ended up trying to take a contract out on animal control, not trying, but he did, he hired somebody to shoot them. And they contacted us and said, you know, we're putting bulletproof vests on all of our officers in animal control because he took the contract out. You should be really careful as well because it was my evidence that got him in really deep trouble. So Gray got adopted by one of our amazing adopters, and Gray was he has an issue with his hip, and it just wasn't the right match. So he ended up coming back to us, and I know. She ended up sponsoring him, and so when we relocated back here to Tennessee, he ended up coming back here to be with us, and he's just been an amazing horse, a big part of our team. He's a beautiful boy. So it's really hard to say goodbye to him. He's a really sweet horse, but it's always better to say goodbye on a good day than a bad day. So, and that's a really hard thing as a horse owner when you have a horse that you know, like, oh, or an animal that this animal has these issues, it's just going to chronically get worse. The best thing to do is to say goodbye to them when they're not suffering. Like if you kept them alive for yourself and you just kept making excuses. Well, today he whinnied, so I think he's okay. Or, you know, like to say goodbye on a good day is the best thing you can do. And it's easy to read about it and be like, oh yeah, but to do it is a whole nother thing. So we're going to say goodbye to him on a good day.
I guess you could call it chance, but we know it's more than that. It's like we've always known, been set in stone, unbreakable. It's like I've always dreamed, true harmony, unmistakable, unmistakable. Through each night we'll keep burning bright. I'm so lucky to be loved by you. And come the storms, whether short or long, well, I'll still be right where you are. Unmistakable.